Once I did. Brinkman, it's the holiday season. I get it, but I mean, what is this thing sitting in the middle of my table right here?
Well, good friend of the show, Andrea, wanted to get a Christmas tree for us to have in the studio, and by golly, she found one that's built just like Scrib.
Oh, there he is! Oh, there he is! I get it, though. I can see it. I mean, it's the frame and the red. Those are the eyeballs up here, though.
Well,
the red ones out here.
Same amount of hair.
Scrib and Gib.
I've been getting kind of hit in the face here a little bit.
Whoa!
Hey, I'm not feeling bad for him. He had sent something to me earlier in the week where he was sitting in a hot spring. Were you on that?
No, not
feed?
that one. But he told me some stuff he was in. And
Yeah. Anyhow,
hold on a second.
then it got canceled. So he's like, "Oh, one more day, I guess."
Yeah, I gotta stay in Hawaii.
I will feel sorry for him because of that, because his flight got canceled. Because when you want to go home, you want to go home.
You want to go home from Hawaii?
When you're ready to go
home.
Really?
Are we
Let's
gonna
move
put
that
this
tree
off?
back.
Oh yeah. We'll move it back here. Really in honor of Scrib. This is and Andrea. Thank you so much for purchasing that Charlie Brown tree. I love it. But yeah, I mean, I'm to that point in my life right now. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't get sick of being in a tropical warm. No way would I want to come home from. It's
because you don't work much.
It has nothing to do with it.
I'm just kidding you.
No, seriously, do you guys want to like sprint back and get back to work? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
if you're packed, if you're at the airport and all of a sudden they say, you're just like, well, now what do we do? You've already wasted half the day at the airport usually, and
I know it's super upset, and I get that. But I'd be like, really, I get to spend another day here in paradise? Man, sign me up. I actually sometimes I check my phone when I'm down in Florida. I'm like, please cancel my flight. Please cancel my flight. But
yeah.
Oh, look, I can move my flight 2 days for free.
You know,
you have your own house to stay at, though.
Well, they got to set you up. They said they set Scrib up. Like, he's like, they set me up with this really nice hotel. I'm like, yeah, that's what they do when they make you stay there.
Yeah.
Anywho.
It's Hawaii.
It is Hawaii.
Okay.
Hey,
are we going to do a podcast?
We are going to do a podcast.
Let's do
and first and foremost, we got to welcome you to the Lindis Podcast Studio in Brinkman's basement.
Well, welcome everyone to my basement.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
As you can see, it's festive this year.
Behind
year.
Gibby, if Gibby moves over, we got Santa.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Peeking in the window there.
I mean, this might be one of our best.
You're covering him up, but that's okay.
You're covering up Santa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
How do
sitting
you
on
sleep at
his
night?
lap, actually.
Ho, 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 who do you know?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, you know what? I want to get this started because we do have a lot of different topics to talk about tonight. We're going to start it right off with the vital systems statistic of the week. I'm going to throw it out to my neighbor. Good guy, you guys. You both know him very well, Dr. Dave DeGear. Dave DeGear is retiring on Friday, the 19th of this week. He retires on Friday. He is no longer going to be a doctor at the Richmond Hospital and Clinics.
That is insane.
Yeah, just an amazingly good guy and a lot of fun. I've enjoyed him, but I'm going to give the vital system stat of the week. Dave DeGear has been helping and been a large part in Richmond athletics, actually, for 39 years. Dave DeGear came to this town 39 years ago, and from day one was helping with Tiger Athletics. So, Dave, you're a dear friend. Congratulations on the retirement. We should have him on the podcast.
We should. Now,
You could probably tell some stories.
Yes, he may have a couple of me because I was going to extend my thank you to Dave. I remember, man, he was there when a long time ago, but high school sports. Dave was on the sidelines, and I would talk with him about things. And, yeah, there was a couple. I remember one time I thought I really did some damage on my shoulder, and I just remember specifically, and Dave was there, and he felt like, I think you're all right, man. And I got back out there, but Dave DeGear, man, he's been around. It's like the ageless one. Every single year I come here, I'm like, Dave's back on the sidelines again.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't get, here's the other thing. I swear he looks the same as when he was checking out my shoulder 30 years ago. So
a little salt and pepper up there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but you know that they what do the women say? They love that salt and pepper, don't they? Say it makes guys look smarter or something like that.
70 years.
Sides, yes.
It's just on the sides, yeah.
No,
Just had his
the younger
70th
ones like
birthday.
that.
70 years old. 70 years young.
And a great guy. Obviously, 39 years ago. I mean, so, what did I go to high school 15 years ago? So he was here. I'm not good with math. Stop.
You were in high
Moose,
school
don't
for
even give me the
15
look.
years.
Yeah, I was in high school for 15. But anyways, again, congratulations to Dave DeGear. Him and I had a chance to go out and solve some of the world's problems Saturday night. And I said, Dave, I go, 39 years of being on the sideline for football. I go, what was the best team you saw? He goes, the Gibson team that went to state.
That was
the Travis.
Oh,
He called it.
on.
He called it the Travis Gibson.
It's not that. But we had a really good team, and it's fun. I mean, he's seen a lot of great teams, a lot of great athletes, and that was special team. So I'm excited. I'm going to push for this. We got to get together on some type of anniversary team, right? Like, they do that every once in a while, right? Like bring back that state team. Like we need that. Maybe that's like that's what we need to do to push us over the hump. But
who did you play that day in Camp Randall?
De Pere.
I'm gonna bring them with to scare you guys one more time.
I'm hoping they shrank.
They were big boys.
I don't think so.
Oh gosh, Chicago Bears ran out of the tunnel. Let's just put it.
Yeah, that was. It wasn't that different. I don't know, Moose. If you ever heard this story, their center, left guard, left tackle, and tight end all signed Division I scholarships to play football.
And Chad Yancheski, not only did he get offered in football, but he also threw the shot and the disc for UCLA, but at the time was the number one track program in the country. Chad Yancheski was, I remember I got tackled. I mean, I remember Aaron Powers was our center, and he was a dog. He was good, right?
He was tough.
He tackled me on the first play. Not because he wanted to, but because Chad Yancheski picked him up and threw him into me. Chad Yancheski was a man amongst children in that game. But anyways, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Their offensive line, including their tight end, averaged 286 pounds. Our heaviest kid was 242 pounds. And I was like 6 years old in the crowd, and I thought, like these guys were the biggest studs ever. And then all of a sudden, so we're all standing there cheering, go Tigers, go Tigers. They come running out of the Badgers tunnel, and then all of a sudden, De Pere comes running out of the same tunnel, and all the Richmond fans just went, uh-oh. That's pretty much when the state experience hit it.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. But anyways,
exactly.
Yes, congratulations, Dr. DeGear, on an amazing career at Richmond, and thank you so much for everything you've done to serve our community.
Yes,
you are going to be missed, and some big shoes to fill, no doubt about it. But, Brick, let's get on. Let's go on to the Cedar Lake Speedway race to the finish. Now, Moose, we're going to need your input on this one because it's that time of year, right? The race to the finish is going to be the 25th right now, right, of December, and that's the finish line. So we've got, the gals are out there, and they're finishing up our stuff. And are you the type of guy that looks down on his watch, or whatever, and says, hey, we got like 8 days left?
No.
Are you the guy that you got it all taken care of?
I'm done except for my parents.
So you're the guy that does. Kudos.
Yeah, you're good.
Do you know how much money you probably?
Way too much.
Next year, I told Jody and I were talking about this. I said we are terrible. What they call it, Black Friday or whatever it is, shoppers. We're awful. So we started looking at these things, and Jody's like, I think this thing on Black Friday was like half the cost. I mean, you got it. So
you got to be on it. And it's okay. Let's bring this back to because we're going to buy some new microphones for the studio, right?
Yeah,
we would have saved about $60. And it was in my cart, but it was just one of those things where I was thinking about everything else going on, and that was the last thing on my mind. But you're right. You can save all that money, but
you just got to plan ahead a little bit. It really isn't truly, at the end of the day, Moose, is that much more effort.
No, you just got to be thinking, if you could think to yourself on November 1 that you feel like it's December 1.
Right.
So then you're like, so if you get that mindset, like, oh, you just got to put yourself a month ahead. It's just some planning. But this year was easy for me. I flat out, I have older kids, right?
Yeah. Easier or harder?
Easier. I told everybody, I said,
this is what we're doing.
We're getting all cash.
Yeah. Getting cash.
I'm going to buy 6 cards.
Cash money. Your dad's laundering some money. You got to get rid of it.
Shh.
Going in the card.
Yeah. You don't want to know where it came from.
Yeah. Do you see Ozarks? hey, if you haven't watched it, Dad's giving you some cash in the cards.
Yeah.
But a question, do you get to keep your man card if you start shopping before December 22nd?
Well, here's the deal, Brinkman. Yeah, we're dumb enough as males to believe that.
I just finished up one of mine today.
I think we're losing money. In my opinion, we're knuckleheads. If you don't shop before, here's the other thing. You got this phone, right?
We're on
and
it
take
enough.
a note, right? It's like, oh gosh, what should I get my dad? What should I get my mom? And every time you're at a family event and they say something and you're like, ooh, I should buy that. Just put it in your phone. and you could buy the thing.
But then we fall into like the hardest part is my kids are like, oh, what should we get you? Because again, I have older kids, but they're in that weird stage of a sophomore to a 25-year-old. They're like, well, what do you want? I'm like, nothing. I buy myself whatever I want to buy myself anyway.
Right.
I just want to get together with you.
Exactly.
And then here's me. Well, I wonder what I should get my dad. And he's the guy that if he wants something, he's going to go buy something. So it's like,
yeah.
why am I even buying him anything?
Let me throw this out. All right. So we all have families, right? And you probably have a generalization of how much you want to spend, right? Your nieces and nephews were going to spend. Are you the type of person that, again, let's say you spend $100 on a kid, right? Let's make it easy. Are you the type of, you spend $85 and now you feel like you have to spend another 15? So then you go out and or you're like, listen, man, $85, $100, it's close enough. You're getting it. Be thankful that you're even getting something. How many kids around the country or world would pray for that $85 gift, right? So I don't know. I'm just curious as to what you guys do. Brinkman?
Cash, and as as
why I
I'm
did cash
famous
this year.
as I'm famous for, I go to graduation parties.
Yeah.
I'll walk up.
Normally for the free food, Brinkman.
Well, rude, but I will go up and I will hand the graduate cash, and I say, I don't believe in cards because
Yes.
they're like $7
Yes,
out
it's
for
like-
a card.
You
I
go
agree
to the
with you.
dollar store, you guys are $1.25.
Jesus,
You
that's
got to
not-
do that because I realized at Walmart they got rid of that cheap section.
Yeah, you go to
There
the
is
dollar
no
store.
like dollar. Yep, you got to go to the dollar.
My daughters go to the dollar store all the time. But anyway, so to answer your question, I'm going to answer it, but then I'm going to add something to it.
I can't wait.
After years of, if you're sitting at the $85 mark, but you can't
Yes.
find something for 15,
What can you
So
buy?
you go up to 125. Well, then I have to get the other kids 25.
There you
Before
go.
you know it, we have
You spent an
$100,
extra $200.
and every kid all of a sudden went to like 150 or
Yes.
200.
Exactly.
Hold on, remember what I just said in a past life. Now everybody's going to get cash. And then, okay, so let's break this down. Just because your kid, say you have a max of 200 and your kid wants something that's $225, but you get it on Black Friday for 150.
That's it.
Is that considered 225?
That's
or is
what
that
I'm saying.
considered what you spend on it?
That's what I'm saying. I would go to him. You owe me $50.
Can we be honest? I mean, can we just call it what it is? You buy one present each year, and that's for Jody.
And then Jody
she
buys her
takes
ass.
care of Kiki and Coco, and you don't have anything to do with that.
That's not exactly true. So that's the other thing, right? Too. I mean, the holidays they can be a financial burden, and it just is what it is.
It is,
right?
right.
It is. But so Jody and I, for the most part, we agree that we get some stocking stuffers, and that's it normally. Just because we understand, that it gets expensive, and it is what it is. Not right or wrong or indifferent, because I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Let me throw this out at you guys. I might get myself in trouble, but
okay,
I
man.
want your opinion on it because we've already decided how we're going to do it, so it doesn't matter.
Just don't let Danny listen.
Yeah. Let's say that we're a couple. I mean, let's not say, but we're a couple. We're in this together, right?
Yeah.
Are you breaking news on the podcast?
No, but I'm bringing 6 kids to the equation, and she's bringing 2.
Yeah, that's.
Do you spend the same amount on each, or do you say this much here, this much there, and you divide by?
Yeah, you're right here, Moosey. You're right here.
No,
I
I said, we've already decided, and we're happy with our decision. I'm just curious on your guys. This is what I asked that question. This is what I don't like about Christmas. Remember as a kid
we've turned it into that.
Yes,
right? We're
I've
not
loved
celebrating.
it. And that's
it for the
why
right
this year I
reason.
just said to all my kids, I'm like, you're getting some cash. I want you, I get all 6 are coming to our house along with Danny and her 2 kids, and I am excited for that day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the day I'm excited for.
right.
And then after that, it's a lot of busyness.
Yeah.
Enjoy
it. You got to enjoy it. 'Cause
I
they
do
go
enjoy it.
quick and
We're
they go
we're
fast
going to
and-
her parents, we're going to my parents. So it's the next week is just a lot of busyness.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the exact reason why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Thanksgiving and Easter, for that matter.
Yeah.
I will say this and by the way, it was a year ago yesterday, I had surgery, and I had no Christmas last year because I just plain wasn't in
So
shape.
you weren't bah humbug. You just
And
weren't-
I said, this year, I want my family here. So I'm
That's awesome.
hosting Christmas Eve here with my family,
Awesome.
and I am super
That's awesome.
duper excited.
And
for that.
and then decorations look amazing. By the
Yeah,
way.
his upstairs, folks.
Who should I think?
is
It's not free. It's not anything.
his upstairs is.
It
I walked
looks
in.
together. It does not look.
It
yeah.
does not look like Scribner's tree back there.
No, it's I gotta.
Kudos.
Andrea deserves all the credit for that. She said, "Yeah, you're not doing that again this year, and you're having your family over, and you're going to make your house look nice."
It looks amazing. It looks good.
There were some painful times when I handed over the old check card at
Lisa didn't curl up.
well, you guys, a person we all know very well she's a pretty funny person. She walks by me at Michael's last Tuesday on my day off down in Hudson. She walks by me and she goes, "Hi, Brinkman." And then all of a sudden she takes like 5 more steps with her cart, and all of a sudden she stops and she backs up and she goes, "What the hell are you doing in Michael's?" And I'm like, got a couple more things I got to get. So anyways, I'm very happy. The house turned out great. It really does look great. But we got to get this thing going.
We
got
do,
a lot
but
of stuff.
I
We're 15 minutes in. We got one.
which
point
is
on.
fine, and we'll get through this stuff. But Brinkman, I got to ask you, because you said that your favorite thing is Thanksgiving. I get that, right? Because it for lots of things, food's amazing, football, all that type of stuff. But do you love Easter? Was a surprise to me. Right, because you don't hear a lot of guys say that. But my guess is, Moose, you can support me on this. I think Brinkman loves Easter because he finds his Easter eggs all year long. He forgets where he puts them. You know what I mean? It's like once a week he finds one of those
You got to
Easter
realize
eggs.
he
You know
hides
what
them-
I'm saying?
He hides them for himself.
He hides them for exactly.
doesn't have anybody to hide them for.
He just hides them. And you know, and he counts
takes his
them.
basket, goes
he
around
closes
the house.
his eyes and counts to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he goes and he has this competition with himself to see who can find the most eggs. You should invite us to that. But anyways, finding those Easter eggs all year long is amazing. All right, let's go on.
My mother and I were talking last week when we had our
Good.
weekly pep talk,
Glad that
and she
weekly
said, "How many minutes into it will it be this week before they rip on you?" And I'm
It's
like,
not ripping. I'm just saying.
I had to call my mom and say, "Hey, we had some unforeseen circumstances. We're not going to cut a podcast this week." She goes, "So they couldn't find anything to rip on you about?" Like, Mom, it is what it is. Hey, you know what? Okay, we're done with that. Hey, Gibby's Lane's gutter ball of the week.
Okay.
Yep.
Love it.
You guys sit back, let the professionals talk
let's
here
go.
for
Yes,
a minute.
do it.
Hey, this week we're gonna dive into the shallow end of the gene pool. We're gonna award
We
this
already
week's
have. Don't worry, folks.
yeah. We're going to award this week's Gibby's Lane's gutter ball of the week to anyone out there who posts negative things aimed at student athletes, coaches, or officials using the monitor anonymous member.
Right.
It just drives me nuts. And an even bigger thumbs down to the people who post, "I normally don't post anonymously, however," and then they just spew diarrhea out their fingers and put it on social media. It just
I wonder how he
absolutely
really
drives me
feels
nuts.
about this.
That
Wow,
goes right in
come
the gutter.
on. It's
right
just,
in the gutter.
just right in the gutter. It's
and
just
but it does for everybody, right? It's you're in sales. It's the 5%.
And speaking of gutter balls, if you don't bowl because you're afraid of gutter ball, Gibby's Lanes is like, they got these
You hit
little
the
things
button.
that you hit the little button and the things come up. Head down to Gibby's Lanes. It's especially this time of the year
Go have
when
some
it's
family
just
fun.
it's just cold. There's not much to do. People forget about bowling and how much fun it is. And we might have to have a podcast competition. But anyways, outside of that, head down to Gibby's Lanes, put up the gutter ball or the little gutter rail so you don't have to throw a gutter ball like the people that post anonymously. Would you not agree with that?
Just
Go have some fun.
grow a set before you're going to post anonymously. Come on. Take your lumps with the rest of us.
Really?
It really just drives me nuts. Hey, let's move on, though.
Yes, let's do it.
JLS Farming Minute of the
Hey,
Week.
we're moving to that one. I was on the wrong shot here. Sorry.
Buddy, what do we got this week?
Oh,
We were
we're
gonna
talking
talk.
about some big swings in weather, folks. I mean, we'd go through it every year, but man, what a weird. We went from nice, decent weather to cold, and then we got really cold,
I heard the coldest December since 1890.
and then global warming. And then
Of course it was.
we go, what is it, 20, 25 below? What'd you guys hear?
It
What
was
the lowest was?
the real feel was nasty.
Yeah, but then we go up to 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's a 60-degree swing.
Yep.
We're going to talk, Gibby had actually brought up talking about animals.
I wonder about that.
Cattle.
I mean, not being a farmer, right? I let my dogs out. They can't pee fast enough, take a dump duker fast enough.
And they're like,
right
and
back
they're
in the house.
three-legging it like,
yeah,
hey,
it's like,
hey,
this whole whoop, whoop. Yeah. So what about when you drive by and you see the cows standing out there? Like, it's like, how do they go from these swings from here to here? And
this is where, from what I understand, right? And Mr. Brinkman's been around dairy cattle a lot more than me in his life. They don't like the big swings. They'd rather
Dairy
have
cattle?
it. They don't mind they don't mind the cold. If it was 0 to 20,
just get me there.
if
It's
it was
like the
0 to
frog in
20
a
and
milk-
it stayed there, they'd be fine. And in these dairy barns you drive by, it's not 0 degrees inside that dairy barn.
No.
So they hold. There's so much heat in there from all those cows that the big stall barns and stuff. They're pretty warm. The cows outside, same type of thing. If you have 0 to 20, they're just they put on their meat. They have their fur ready for it. They're fine.
Okay.
It's the 20 below to the 40s where you start seeing sickness. You start seeing some different
I
things.
was wondering about that.
Because there's more, just like your garage. Like I just swept out my garage because you get all that water that falls off your car, and I don't have a drain.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the smoothest finished floors I've had for a garage, and I'm just renting right now.
Right.
If you're not careful, it's yep. So I actually literally take my broom and sweep the water out. Right.
Right.
Well, nothing's drying today, right? Because it's so much moisture in the air.
Correct.
They get that in their lungs. They're breathing it all day long.
Oh, yeah.
And then they can get sick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really what happens.
Is it normally? I mean, you'll lose some. I mean, do you lose some,
no,
or are
it's
they
very
kind of
rarely.
They'll fight their way through it.
More shots here and there.
Yeah.
But and then let's go to the JLS Agency Insurance Services. There is a freezing cattle portion that we have for our cattle coverage, so you have to be careful for that. Not real big or used here in Wisconsin. You get on to North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, where they have these huge ranches. It's cold,
Yeah.
Probably not Wyoming, but you get to Montana, North Dakota, where it's super cold. You can get in. You can buy some of that coverage for your cows in case you get some really cold weather and they freeze and die. Especially now with the price of beef.
Yeah.
Yep.
No
You don't see it in the
kidding.
grocery stores, but a calf that you couldn't give away 5 years ago, Brinkman,
Yeah.
is probably worth. I'm going to say I've heard anything from, depending on what kind of cow it is, 12 to 1,800.
So
Day old calf.
7 years ago, farmers couldn't give away young bull calves.
Literally, they would dairy. Sorry, not to interrupt. Dairy guys haul their day old calf. They haul them in, their cull calves or whatever. Literally, by the time they got done paying all the fees, they would owe money for shipping and everything else.
And now those bull calves are worth anywhere from, I've heard $500 to $1,300.
The highest registered I've heard is 1,800.
So what's the switch?
Well, to be honest, well, let me say this. Maybe it was longer than 7 years ago. Really, what happened that really made beef skyrocket was in 2014. There was a drought that basically went from Rochester, Minnesota, south of Missouri, and it was from
and west. I mean, the Dakotas went through it and
west,
everything.
The Dakotas,
I hate to say
Colorado,
the Dakotas.
all those, yeah.
North Dakota and South Dakota went through
I
it.
know you guys are funny like that, but they've just plain had a problem reestablishing.
Numbers never went back up.
Yeah,
Really?
There's
So it's a supply and demand issue right
yeah.
now.
It is, and the funny part is beef is holding its own price wise in the grocery store,
Yeah.
but the number of cattle on the ground right now in the U.S. is probably the lightest it's been in. I've heard how
And
many years,
it-
50 years or whatever it's been.
and it's funny that we're talking about this because yesterday Scott Ellevold, Troy Quaddy's father-in-law, great guy, known him forever. He was in my office and we were talking about that. He said, this beef, the levels of beef out there in the United States being grown, it's just not climbing. It's barely maintaining itself. And as the prices go up, it's still not.
That's why it was Tyson that shut down a beef packaging plant.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the numbers to run through there.
Yep.
So I know we can't spend forever on this because we should probably just have a separate podcast. So just real quickly, is that advantageous to the farmers that sell beef? Like, for instance, we have farmers that sell grass-fed beef that live by me, and we love to use them. Is that advantageous to them to do that?
Yeah, they're making money. But just like everything else, and especially in the ag world, but anything else, right? Your inputs like hay and corn aren't up, but your input for the animal is up, right? So itself, like if you're trying to increase the size of your herd, you're spending more. Instead of spending $100 to buy a calf, you're spending $1,200 to buy a calf.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And you're hoping in the end that correlates to it being worth, instead of in the end worth $1,700, it's worth $3,500, right?
Sure.
So there is percentage of margin. The percentage is still there.
It's all about the margin, man.
The hardest part is the guys that have stayed in it have done well, and the guys that have got out have done well. But now it's trying to maintain that. So if that thing drops for some crazy reason, which I don't think it is, and there's nothing that provides that it is, it's just now you're just playing the same game with another zero on the end.
Okay. All right.
Truly. I mean, you and I were talking pre-show. It's crazy to get into something, right? Like,
I know
spend your money.
Yeah.
That's how these guys feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's what it is.
I
Love
got
it.
to say this JLS Insurance Services Farm Talk. This is really getting popular because people are talking to me about it.
And I love
every
this
week.
stuff. I love this stuff.
So-
I absolutely.
It's something that I deal with every day. So
Yeah. No, we-
just remember, folks, we do personal
lines as well.
Give
So
us a call.
yeah, absolutely.
Hey, could we move on to the Richmond
Yeah,
Garage
let's do it. I'm
Condos
excited
Future
for this.
Tigers of the week.
Oh
So,
yeah, that's the one I was waiting for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you're ready to go to it, and I kind of buzzkilled
That's all right.
you
Hey,
there before.
I'll take a curveball for JLS Agency Insurance Services any day of the
Anytime.
week.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, before we move
I
on,
bring
though-
the picture up and then he starts talking.
Nope.
something
Let's do
else.
it. Let's do it. But after this, before Gibby takes over, I do have a question that I think is
All right, let's
very
do it.
important. Hey, this week we profiled two of the Water's Edge Warriors, Caden and Brooks Christensen, pictured here with their older brother Caleb, who is between them. These two are the definition of all American boys. Sons of JR and Nikki, Caden and Brooks follow closely in their father's footsteps and love to play hockey. The goal is always set up in their driveway. Thanks to the Richmond Garage Door Condos for helping us sponsor this segment. And congratulations to this week's future Tigers, Caden and Brooks Christensen. I'm going to give you guys the greatest story ever about these two boys.
I can't
that
wait.
I can
Let's
tell.
go. Let's hear it.
Last summer, they live right across the street from me, and they would come. They like to bike right up my driveway, and the older one is up near my garage, and I'm out there talking to him, and I go, "Where's your brother?" And he goes, "Oh, he's still back there." And I said, "Yeah, in every family there's one slowpoke." And this kid yells to his brother, "Hey, slowpoke, are you coming?" And the next thing you know, the younger brother comes walking through the tree line up my driveway, holding onto his bike, and he chucks it at it. He chucks it at the ground, and he goes, "I'm no slowpoke. Who you calling slowpoke?" So anyways, great kids. Very happy to be friends with JR and Nikki. And again, Caden and Brooks, you guys are awesome. Caleb,
How old are they?
Oh boy,
Caleb's
I have
older,
it
looks
somewhere.
like.
Yeah, they're young. I mean, they're might age. I mean, they're definitely might.
Yeah, they got
age.
the orange jerseys on. Caleb has a black one on. So
Yeah,
it's-
Caleb's actually, I believe, a sophomore this year, maybe a junior actually. Nikki sent that to me, and I probably screwed it up and didn't put it in here. And
That's all right. Hey,
Oh,
it's
good.
all
Just
it's all
asking.
about the future Tigers, man. It's all about.
right.
Can't wait to sit in the stands and watch the boys playing Richmond Tiger hockey. And
want to give a Merry Christmas out to the Christensen family, and thanks for letting us make you this week's Future Tigers. Before we move on to a new sponsor, I have a question for you, because I think this is right up the alley of one of our sponsors that maybe you know a thing or two about. Last week it was 25 below zero. Yesterday it was 40 degrees.
yes,
I went from having 5 feet of snow on the roof of my house to now I've got 6 foot
Well, I know-
icicles.
I know some of it dripped off because I about biffed it in your driveway. It's
Well, that's-
schlick.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't. Well, you're an insurance.
Who's your
agent.
insurance
You'll figure
guy?
it out. You'll figure it. So, Gibby, I'm going to ask you, what does the Linda say about this?
I tell you what, this week is one of those weeks where, without taking a ton of your time, so when you have huge temperature swings, like I said, like now when I think it was 46 degrees yesterday when I was out grilling. It was 46 degrees.
I thought it was like 60-some degrees. It swung on us.
Yeah, yes, it was. And we talk about it like, hey, listen, man, people are going to have some water staining on their ceiling. Some things are going to be going on. They're going to think that their roof is leaking. It's not. And so right now, what I would say, just in short, Linda's Construction offers free heat map analysis. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to come over and we're going to take a look at everything in your house. We can take a look at your windows. We'll jump up in your attic. We'll measure all your insulation. We will do everything, and it does not cost you a dime. So folks that listen to this, you got to take advantage of it, because in these conditions, they really start to expose if your house is unhealthy. And that's the way we look at a house. It's a system. It's like a body, right? Like it all works together. And
Body.
Yep. Yeah, kind of like Brinkman. So again, if you're getting leaking, it's probably not your roof that's leaking at the time in a situation like this, especially you haven't seen it all summer and all of a sudden it shows up. It's probably dealing with your insulation or your ventilation or both. So again, why not take advantage of a free service that Linda's Construction will come out to your house. We will send a representative out. They will go through everything with you free of charge. Take advantage of it. And so they'll explain those 6-foot icicles that you have. And some of this stuff, folks, it's Mother Nature. You can never get rid of all of it. But again, take advantage of the free service.
After 2 weeks ago, I now call them scribsicles.
Scripsicles.
Scribsicles?
Not the real thick ones, just the smaller little ones.
The scribsicles.
Anyways, we're going to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So again, call Linda's Construction. Just say, I need one of those heat map analysis. And just tell them, Scribbing get sent them their way. So anyways, this week, man, we would love, and I can't wait, I'm super excited about this. We have a brand new sponsor, Newts and Oz Pub downtown. I tell you what, Newts and Oz both have been a supporter of New Richmond Athletics for a really long time. And they've done such a great job with that establishment down there. We're, would you say, frequent visitors? I mean, we'd love to go down there. It's just such a nice vibe that you get. But most importantly, our point is they always have Tiger Sports on, Brinkman.
Absolutely, and that's what's so neat. So the new Watch What's On This Week at Newts and Oz segment that we're going to have here. All games that Justin Livestream carries are always on at the pub.
Huge supporters ever since.
They're awesome. They're awesome.
So So you can watch every game that Justin does, even if you're not at home. You can watch them at the pub in downtown Richmond. This coming week, they're going to have on Thursday. There will be girls JV basketball at 5:45, varsity at 7:15.
Isn't that Friday?
I thought it said Thursday. I could be wrong. I'm
looking right now. I think it's.
I've been so busy at work. I'm getting a lot of things wrong right now. Trust me, I'm being told.
The 19th.
Is today the 17th? That's going to be the 19th. Hey, guess what? Saturday at 7 p.m., the New Richmond boys hockey team has a makeup game from 2 weeks ago against Eau Claire North at 7 p.m. You can watch that at Newts and Oz if you can't make it to the arena. And then on Monday night, girls basketball once again at 5:45 and 7. Again, all these events will
Newts and Oz's, man.
At Newts and Oz's. So thanks to those guys. So those take care of pretty much. One other thing we do need to talk about before we move into the abyss. How did we do in our championship?
Oh yeah, for those of you, I was
championship?
almost falling asleep by this point. But
I'll lead it off and just say, do not follow me when it comes to college sports. I love college sports more than any event out there, but I cannot pick a game. I was 0-4. 0-4.
We didn't pick spreads, neither did we?
No, we got the spreads. We got to go with the spread, against the spread, whatever we wanted. It didn't matter. I was 0-4. Now you,
I was 2-4 then, because what did Ohio State? Wasn't that 17-13?
Ohio State lost.
I know they did, but what was the spread? Oh,
they were
Ohio State
picked.
was favored.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. I went 1-3.
Yes, I know.
I'm better than Gaby.
But the guy waving the hand in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, Mr. Moosey.
That's right,
people,
buddy.
What do you think, man? If people want to make some money or some cash, some cold cash.
Here's what we did. 4. Ooh, where's my camera?
4-0, baby. Wow.
And
just think, man, $100 a game with some of that stuff, you could have made over $400. It's unbelievable.
What about the guy that picked Duke because that's his favorite college basketball team?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Unbelievable.
Again, not 0-4, 4-0.
All right, let's go over this section here. UW River Falls. What do you got here for us, buddy?
Are you kidding me? Did you see what was temperature was -1 when they kicked
could you
off
imagine
against
how hard
Wheaton?
that plastic is?
Oh my gosh.
Kimmy could feel it right now.
What about the kid for
Man, it makes me so
Falls?
cold. I'm gonna go get my hat. That's how cold this was.
That when the kid from UW River Falls scores the touchdown and they thought he was going to celebrate and he kept the ball and he ran up the sideline into a warm tent. That was pretty cool. So anyways, UW River Falls gets the win against Wheaton University of Illinois. Great game played by UW River Falls. Unfortunately, the NRHS of the West, Bethel, they did lose 27-21. UWRF will host Johns Hopkins, not John Hopkins, the guy that lives up the road here on 140th, but Johns Hopkins University. That game is slated for this Saturday at noon at Raymer Field, or Dave Smith Stadium at Raymer Field, I guess is what they're calling it now. So unbelievable. First time ever the University of Wisconsin River Falls is in the national semifinal. So congratulations to them. Moving on next, girls basketball. Boy, they've lost a lot, but I will say this. They are being very competitive in the games they're playing.
They're competitive early, right? They stay in the game the first part of the first half. Seems like the second part of the first half, they tend to just start letting it go a little bit, making a few more mistakes. They're just, I don't know if the other team's figuring them out better, but they play so tough just the first 10 minutes, and then after that it just starts falling apart.
But
I can't agree more. We've talked about, Jess Comerow's been on with me several times, and it's the same, right? Like if you could take that 8 minutes and just keep playing that 8 minutes, we might be undefeated right now.
If you could take the 10 minutes and make it 14 minutes, and then make it 18 minutes, and then make it, then do it again.
Yeah, but they're young, right? I mean, that's the biggest. They're so young.
They're trying so hard, you can't.
No, but they're playing competitive basketball. But now last night it was kind of the reverse. They started off after 8 minutes, they were down 11-2 to DC Everest, and then they ended up actually getting down by more points. But they came back and they only lost by 3 points.
Oh wow!
So I mean, they're doing a really good job there.
Is that where they went last night?
DC Everest.
DC Everest.
I didn't realize
that's
that.
a travel, man.
That's a travel.
On a Tuesday night.
But that's, you know what? We're a bigger school. It's time to start doing that.
No.
And I'm not trying to be.
Well, it's all teams in our. I'm sure it's all teams in our sectional. I mean, Superior on Monday night and DC Everest last night, and Superior. I mean, there's a tough situation. Every bus trip they have is 2.5 hours.
Oh, everyone.
I mean, think about it.
That's just your conference.
Think about it.
And that was a tight one to lose at the end too. I mean, for them.
But if you are an athlete at Superior High School and you're not playing hockey where they play up there in the Iron Range and stuff like that, think about it. You're excited that you only have to go to Rice Lake, which is 2 hours. I mean, that's like your short
they hope
bus
they're
ride.
like, hey, are we playing Ashland tonight? That'd be great.
I don't know if I told you guys this story, but when New Richmond played Mora in hockey, the former River Falls coach is the coach now at Mora, and he was telling me that they've been independent forever in hockey, and now they're in the Iron Range Conference. And he says,
sounds cold.
He says,
sounds like it's a trek.
He says we don't have to go to International Falls. They come to us this year. He says, but on a Tuesday night, International Falls is driving to Mora 4 hours and 15 minutes by bus. And it's literally like International Falls, Greenway, Colorado, all these schools. Hibbing, yeah. That's what's in there. That's what's in Mora's hockey.
But there's nothing up there, right? So you have to, and the thing is,
what?
They have good hockey teams.
Yeah.
Or typically they do.
I get it, but I mean for sports.
Yes, that's just tough.
In Superior, it's like that for
you gotta
everything.
you gotta want it.
You gotta want it.
Okay. I know we're going to sidetrack. We're already at 40 minutes.
Yeah, they're-
Are we really?
Yeah. So,
Oh
but
my
the thing is,
gosh.
we used to play Uno on the back of, like, we had in our basketball team, we used to play Uno. We had a Uno card holder. We had a notebook. You know how you count your points and whatever?
Yeah.
We had a running game all season long.
Of Uno.
There's like 4 of us or 5 of us that would play. Can you imagine doing that for 2.5 hours there?
Eliason and
2.5
Driscoll
hours
used to
back.
play 44 on the bench of JV basketball games. So what the heck? Why not? Okay. Hey, let's move on now. Let's talk about the boys last night. They had a great battle last night. With
Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker, Brinkman. Heartbreaker.
Overtime loss. But I will say this. That Osceola team is going to dominate in the middle order conference. They are good.
They might just
big.
make
I don't know. We
playoffs.
made Baldwin Woodville look pretty good too. So
I'm telling you
they
what.
scored 90 points as well.
Yeah, they're
It was 100
Osceola. That team is big. They shoot
Yeah,
well.
they're decent. Yeah, and they shoot well.
They are undefeated right now.
Yep,
so
5-0.
Tigers had many chances to win that game. Tigers had many chances to put that game away, and they simply didn't.
Yep.
Losing overtime by a score of 90-87. The Kyle Allen experiment, I think, is. I'll tell you what. There are so many. You talk to some of these old timers, the John Elkins, the Warren Woods. They're like, we love it. Run.
The thing about it is and you still talk to him. He'll probably tell you, "Hey, we got to learn how to crawl before we can walk." And
they're still crawling right now.
What we're watching
maybe,
is not even a crawl, probably to him.
Yeah.
In his theory of basketball.
I tell you what.
Freshmen going in 3 minutes into the game and sophomores going in. I mean,
it's awesome. And,
fun.
Just watching Coach Allen on the sidelines, man, I'm like, dude, if I had a son, I'd want him to play for that guy.
Yeah, he's just got a lot of energy.
After just watching him for one game, it was really nice to have him on the podcast. We had a great conversation. But man, I'm looking down at him and the way he acted on some really bad calls, and it was just he's like, okay, I understand that I could act this way, but I'm not going to act that way. But and he just stands there and claps and, hey, let's go.
Controllable excitement is what he has.
I am so excited for the New Richmond basketball program. We are so lucky. I think they have Coach Allen in town. And we've just started scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? It's young.
Run walk.
Yeah.
Moose, you've never reffed any, I mean, we've all done the 5th grade boys game where you don't call anything because you'd be there for 5 hours. But you've never reffed at the high school level or anything. Have you ever at the?
Well, I did one time, and this is a short story here, but they did let me ref one time in college, and this is a true story. At the end of it, they came up to me and said, Travis, we won't need you anymore. And I said, okay, no big deal, because I was just trying to make a little side cash, so they give you these jobs on campus. And my buddy comes out, no kidding, 2 weeks later, and he goes, we just watched a video, and I'm not kidding, on how not to ref. And it was a video of me.
Are you serious?
Well, it was a girl's doggy dog. I didn't watch 1 second of it, hardly. I just watched the other ones. Next, he goes, we were crying. We were laughing so hard. And the fact that the person's like, listen, this is how not to ref these games.
Hey, whatever.
Anywho.
So what? I mean, we got Scott Klinger. I know is a good buddy. Is because we got to get him on here because I want to ask one of these big time officials. I mean, these guys that have been officiating forever. I mean, Jason Zaradka, the Nelson boys from Eau Claire. I mean, these guys have ref state champions.
We have Cole Tappy.
Cole Tappy, exactly. I am not a fan of ripping officials.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not. But I did hear myself last night voicing some concern over a couple of the calls. But what I really want to know is, as an official, do you ever just go home one night and crack a beer and sit at the kitchen table and your wife comes out and rubs your shoulders and you go, boy, I was terrible tonight. I was absolutely, you know what? I just plain got to do better. Because I would imagine that, you know what I mean?
Well, she might stop the massage. You might not want to say that.
You have a bad day managing salespeople. I've had bad days managing salespeople.
Speak for yourself, Frank.
Managing inventories. Yeah, exactly.
I've never had a bad day.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But we've all had those.
Yeah.
But then to go ref a game and just some of those calls, you're sitting there going,
And those guys are going to work first.
Yeah. Good thing that 1,000 people aren't watching that bad.
So
bad sales
anyways,
thing. But yeah.
hey, the basketball season is going to continue. Obviously, after Christmas, they'll be in a tournament. The girls will be in a tournament, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, UW volleyball once
Right
again.
here.
Yep.
The UW, let's go.
Kelly
took
Caulfield,
down Texas, baby. Let's
unbelievable.
go. Took down number 1 Texas.
Unbelievable. They are once again going to the Final Four. Their game tomorrow night is at what time? 7 p.m., I believe?
It is. It's a late game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So congratulations to the UW. It's almost getting old hat. The University of Wisconsin going to the Big Ten.
Hey, man.
Going to the Final Four.
I tell you what, right now with
volleyball.
Nebraska going down, Wisconsin's got a chance.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it.
That might have been
And
the
we took
biggest
down
upset.
Texas.
Might have been the biggest
go.
upset in 20 years was
Gosh.
Texas A&M taking out Nebraska.
In 5.
I
That was a
still
big
wish
one.
Harper Murray was playing tomorrow because she's so fun to watch, but unfortunately her season has came to an end.
Yes, but James Harper might still be playing. But anyways, all right. And our boys hockey, what do you got here?
Buddy, they're struggling right now. They're
Period. I just read this while you guys were talking.
Yeah,
8 periods.
without a goal.
so they
Two and a half games.
So hold on a second. Let's look into this. I mean, realistically, so they played. I believe it was Eau Claire Memorial. They didn't score the second 2 periods. I think
And they
it
were
was
up
Memorial.
3-1 at one time.
Yeah, and then they go to the other side of the state last weekend. Again, to get some exposure and get some, playing time. Well, first off, they played Notre Dame, who is they're just as good. They're just as good at hockey as they are at football, if not better. And then on Friday night they lost, I believe it was 4-0, and then they lost also on Saturday 4-0 to Bayport. So they went across the state to the eastern side of the state, never scored a goal. So they've got some searching to do there. I will say this. The coaches are very high on this team. The talent is there. Once these younger players in Richmond has figured it out, and they will. I mean, they're not dumb kids. I mean, you talk to these kids, and they're pretty intelligent. They're going to get it figured out. Hopefully that happens yet this year, and by playoff time, and we can make some noise in the playoffs. But should be a great game tomorrow night between Richmond and River Falls. And River Falls
got beat by Baldwin last night.
Yeah. So we should that should be a good game. But anyways, Richmond hockey is they got to find the back of that net.
We'll find it. When they will find it, we'll right this ship. It's all part of the process.
Not having a problem finding the back of the net is the Western Wisconsin Stars. And for those of you that don't know what the Stars are, that is the girls' co-op team made up of Somerset and Richmond, Amory, St. Croix Falls, and Osceola.
Yeah.
Gibby, most of the home games are played in Somerset. However, they do play one in New Richmond. They play one in St. Croix Falls. Their head coach is Chris Lepper in his second year. They're a part of the Big Rivers Conference. You got the St. Croix Valley Fusion, who is, that's so interesting because you got Cranston, who these two brothers have been in my office before, and Matty tells this story. So you got Matt is the coach at the Fusion, and his brother, I believe it's Brian, is the head coach at UW River Falls. And UW River Falls women's hockey has won the last 2 national championships, and Matt's teams several years ago won 3 state girls championships in a row.
Oh, wow.
And so I say,
lineage.
So what do you say when people say, God, congratulations, your brother has 2 national championships? Yeah, he's only got 2, but I got 3. So anyways, the Valley Fusion, which is Baldwin River Falls Co-op, the Hudson Raiders, the Eau Claire Stars, which is also Altoona, and then Chippewa Falls, Menominee, the Sabres are all in that conference. New Richmond right now overall is 5-2. And they're 1-0 in conference. So we're number one. We're number one in the Big Rivers Conference. New Richmond girls that are playing for the Western Wisconsin Stars this year. We got a senior, Charlotte Ray.
Ray.
Is it Ray?
It's Ray.
Charlotte Ray, yep.
Charlotte Ray. Yep.
No wonder her dad always calls me an idiot whenever I say, hi, Kelsey Ray.
Yep.
Yeah, no wonder he calls me names. That happens.
Right. He's just
juniors.
He's just in line.
Yeah. Juniors for the Western Wisconsin Stars are Ashley Duck Jensen.
Duck, that's her nickname.
Duck.
Gabby Thompson, Maddie Baldick, and Madison Kamish. Sophomores are Lauren Kvitek and
Quiddick,
and Amelia Cisneros. The freshmen, Leighton
Aguirre?
I think it's a Guerry, actually.
Aguirre? Okay.
Yeah, that's a really
The
good friend
M-Dog.
of good friend of Coco's. She's a great. She's stud.
The M-Dog, Emery Mitchell,
Yeah, the Emery.
Stella Olson, Alexa Schladweiler, and Avery Pruden.
Yeah, lots of talent there.
There's a lot of talent. Fun to see him do well.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Justin Livestream takes care of Somerset and Western Wisconsin Stars hockey as well. So that's on.
Tune in, man.
Yeah,
They must
tune in,
have
they're
one.
fun.
They must have one tomorrow night in New Richmond. It looks
So
like.
yeah, if
versus
you're
Hudson.
listening to this, it'll be dropping. It'd be so it'd be the 18th today, more than likely. But yeah, that one's in New Richmond tomorrow. Yep.
All right. Were they 5-2, Brink? 1-0 in conference.
5-2, and then so they got a home game tomorrow night, and actually that's going to be a game they play in New Richmond.
Oh,
so that's
check
pretty
them
cool.
out, gang. Get down there and watch
Yeah,
them.
they have a host of dads that like to announce, and they do a pretty good job.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
pretty cool.
Saturday, the December 20th game, they will play Eastview Lightning at the Apple Valley Arena. So
yeah, fun team.
and of course it says right on here, all home games, of course, are on Justin live stream with a big thank you.
Shout out to Buffy Thompson.
Yes,
She
love
caught,
Buffy.
she caught me at powerlifting this last. So we had powerlifting was a lot of kids there that went really well for New Richmond. And she caught me and she said, "Hey, if I send you some info on the Stars, can you guys?" She's like, "I was listening to your podcast.
Yeah,
the
let's
other day."
go.
I'm like, yeah, by all means, shoot over whatever you want. I said every
love
week,
to.
So shout out to Buffy for getting that over to
Yeah.
us to kind of highlight some of the Stars, and we'll keep that going every week.
I love it. Got to get some on here. Actually, get some.
Actually,
stars
yeah,
on.
we want to look at doing that here soon
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah.
So, boy, we're just about done, aren't we, buddy?
We are, but there's something really
Hey.
important we need to go over.
Next Tuesday, we are planning on having our Christmas show.
Yes, we are.
So we are
Tune into that.
Yeah, tune in next Tuesday.
It
to
looks
our
pretty
Christmas show.
Christmassy this one
It
because
does.
I like Christmas, so
Yeah.
that's why.
I love it.
Buddy, do we do a paper, rock, scissors to see who has to go first, or do you want me to take this one? It's up to you.
No, you go ahead, buddy. You go ahead.
Hey, you guys, lastly, you guys have heard it since I joined in July, since these guys started this crazy thing 4 years ago. We know that the founding pillars of the Scrib and Gid podcast are faith, family, and sports. This week, our faiths were tested here in Tiger Town. I'm going to start off talking about the tragic passing on Tuesday of New Richmond Tiger Owen Hailey. Owen was a mite hockey player in New Richmond, member, obviously, of the New Richmond Youth Hockey Program. The things that helped you get through were last week you couldn't read a social media post that came out of this town. That didn't in some way lift our community in this terrible time. To his parents, Joe and Alicia, his grandparents, Mike and Terry Higgins, along with the Haleys, John and Mary, who, those two have been pillars of this community for hockey for years. All your families are the names I didn't mention. And obviously to OP's friends, we feel for each of you. And when we talk about life, family, and sports on this podcast, I think it's very important that we talk about everybody gets kicked and gets knocked down, and how you get back up says a lot about you. And in this case, it talks about a community. I'm just going to say this. I get it. Coaching sports is about wins and losses. Mm-hmm. It always will be. I get it. 100% agree. But I'm also going to say this. You got coaches at spots in this town, and I think the vast majority now are these types of coaches where on Wednesday night they decided to get all the mites for Richmond together and have a practice. And son of a gun if those varsity boys that we cheer for on Tuesdays and Thursday nights and Saturdays, if they weren't all out there with these kids in their letter jackets, with their helmets on, with their gloves on and their sticks, out there with these mites. Again, personally, terribly sorry for the family that has to go through this, and to the the members of the Richmond Youth Hockey Association that have started food trains and all this stuff, and to our varsity team getting involved. Damn proud to say I'm from Richmond this week. How's that?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that it's really tough to put words to it. Again, our hearts go out to the families. Man, I just, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I absolutely feel you. It's one of those things that, OP, a lot of people got your back right now, man. It's not the only one to talk about, though, is it?
No, it isn't.
So, why don't I start and you can join in?
Sure.
Somebody that was a very good friend to both Gibby and I. Wednesday morning came news of another great Tiger fan's passing. If you ever met Kevin Peterson once, I'm going to tell you right now, you remember where you met him. You remember what he said. Probably remember the swear words he intended at you.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And you'll never forget that. A huge Tiger sports supporter, Kevin attended countless athletic events before his passing. Whether it was for his children, grandchildren, he might have had 150 nieces and nephews with the size of the family. You know, what was it, 9 siblings in that family?
And I don't think they had to be technically family to be considered a niece and a nephew. That's what Kevin was all about. So that was pretty special with him.
Exactly. Kevin always seemed to be at a Tiger sporting event. I mean, after his retirement from Anderson's, of course, he'd come and see me at the car dealership because he worked for Bernard's, and Bernard's would bring vehicles, Fords down to us for service and stuff like that. And he never took a chance to give me a shot and not mention it. But again, just a guy that, when you'd see that scooter coming down to Citizens Field in the summer or going to any place, he was there.
Right. He always had a scooter, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Always had his scooter, and he was always there.
I always enjoyed Kevin. I mean, we've had so many fun jabs back and forth, and he was always – and we'd walk in, and it didn't take long before we were giving each other a hard time, and the smiles came on the face. And I've always appreciated people in life that bring a smile to your face. And for me personally, Kevin was one of them, and we did it through banter, and we did it through just joking around. But you could tell just by all the Facebook stuff and the support that he got out at Ready Randy's that he was a special person in this community, and he'll be missed. There's no doubt about it.
Obviously the Scrib and Good podcast, Matt, his son, his daughter Melinda, his son-in-law Terry, and his grandchildren, his siblings. I think is it 9? I think there was 9 kids in the family. There was
a lot of kids in the family.
And it's not just the Peterson family. It's the Schultz family, the Melby family. I mean, they're all
very close-knit family.
Very close-knit family. We got to thank Kevin for being a big supporter of all things Tigers. And Kevin, you'll be missed. I have a daughter that just absolutely thought the world of him when she worked at Bernard's. So I think that wraps it up for us today, doesn't it?
I think sorry to end. And I'm not apologizing. It's a somber note. But again, our hearts and prayers go out to both families. I know it's such a difficult time for just to reflect a little bit more on OP's situation and just the kids that were involved, and to try to make sense of a situation like that. So many times in my heart, I feel like, how do little kids make sense of something like that? And that's where my heart goes out, and goes out to the families, goes out to everybody who OP touched and was friends with. And again, his legacy will live on forever. I never doubt that in this community that's the way it's going to be here, because that's the small town, that's one thing that's amazing about growing up in a town like New Richmond. I think it always carries through. His memory will never be forgotten. And yeah, I don't really know much how words can say much
Well,
more than that.
and it's times like this, unfortunately, that I mean, as we're sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wrote this, and I never thought to thank the educators from the Richmond. They had to pick up the broken pieces the next day at school and stuff like that. And so, maybe I'd say it to you this way. I don't know if I ever make sense when I talk, according to my. Never mind. There's a reason I said I'm damn proud to say I'm from the Richmond. How's that?
Yeah.
How's that? Moose, do you have anything to add?
No, just like on a somber note. The only thing I said that day was, so one of the guys that works for me is pretty close to the Hailey family, and you really find out how precious life is. And how quickly it can get taken away from us in these moments, right? Like I think when things go pretty easily in your life, you take things for granted, right? So sometimes taking a step back and make sure you tell your kids I love you every time they leave the house or something like that.
I agree. All right. Well, we got to end sometime, right, guys? So,
yeah, one of our longer ones.
It is. Well,
one hour on the nuts.
All right. Well, I appreciate
On the what?
all the.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna say it. Too late.
Well, thank you. Thanks, folks, for tuning in. So here it is, man. We do have a little skinny scrib back there. Skinny scrib back there. But I'm Gib.
I'm Brank.
And we got the
Moose on the loose. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.